What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do a review of the Transformers Masterpiece MP-33 Cybertron Search and Rescue Inferno KO. Because this is not the original. I don't have the original, believe it or not. This is the first KO review, I think, where I don't have the original. So I usually do comparison. This is not going to be that. This is just going to be a straight up review for the KO and my thoughts. So I pretty much know where Takara quality is compared to KOs, and lately the KOs have been doing a couple of things to keep ahead, like fixing tabs and putting rubber tires and stuff like that. So don't really consider this or it's not actually a versus kind of thing. But I would like to thank tfdirect.com for sending this out. That was really awesome of them to send this out. I mean, even though they always send me Transformers KOs, I'm just glad they sent me this one. And it's good to be back doing KO reviews. So here's the box. Typical KO, which means it's very nice. You know, usually the differences are in the contrasts of the pictures and stuff like that. Usually looks a little darker in the KOs. The matte finish, they're starting to get really good at the matte finish. Before, it used to look like there was a film of like invisible tape over it, like the Scotch tape kind of thing. And now it's just looking very good. It's even got the ribbing going on in the cardboard, even though they've had that for a while. But this is one of the first boxes I get where the edges are nice and sharp. Usually the KO boxes are kind of rounded on the edges. This one's very well done. So, you know, they're starting to really pay... I'm not going to say they're starting to pay attention. They've been paying attention to how to make KOs, which is why they've been doing really good. Anyway, let's get in here, check out what we get. It's even got all those little things on the... I mean, they're really just trying to make an exact duplicate. I don't know. Oh, of course, all the little penises and ginies fall out. What is going on here? Well, the reason that all fell out is because I've already opened this and untaped it. Anyway, I was just going to say I went ahead and put everything back, but it's still falling out. That would be because of the lack of tape here. And I cannot get my camera to go up. What's going on? See what happens when you go away for a little while? Nothing works out. But that's where all the pieces should be. You get a animated style front end for the fire truck. You get his nozzle here. You also get his blaster. You get the water here. You also get the front chest piece to recreate where he's carrying Red Alert. So I'm going to have to go grab my Red Alert to be able to show you guys that. And then, of course, the head, helmet, whatever you want to call it, and the various faces you can put on there. I know the head that's on here is like more of like the toy accurate one, I think. But I have seen him, you know, depending on how you see him on the G1, I have seen him with the thing where the yellow parts have lines in them, but they're not yellow. I don't remember. It's a long time. But anyway, you get this, which is supposed to be I guess the animated version. And if you guys don't know, Red Alert starred in some kind of weird bootleg cartoon. Maybe that's what I'm mistaking the head that comes with this for. But he was in a weird cartoon that you buy at the dollar store. But anyway, here he is. I'll try and leave this in the background without losing any pieces. But my first impression is it feels good. Plastics are nice, and you know, they're going to be of comparable quality, if not identical, to Takara, with the usual KO kind of things, where you know, it's not going to be exact to Takara, but it's going to be very close. But we're going to be judging the KO one as far as the way everything fits. Of course, and I said of course over and over, is the way everything lines up. It might just be me putting this back together because I did transform this a few times, but my first impression is it feels good, nice and solid. Plastics are nice, a lot of red, very little to break up all the coloring. The front end does look nice. It's got a nice, sculpt. I don't know the word I'm trying to look for, but it does look like, you know, the Fuso that it's supposed to look like, and very toy-like with the chrome and everything. The wheels are painted red, which is nice, with the little silver trim. One of the wheels right here, the silver trim kind of sprayed over the red. I didn't notice that till I really looked at it. So it's got the usual little bits here and there that could be considered sloppy. But other than that, the paint's done pretty good. I mean, it's got a little bit of orange peel and stuff like that, but we all know Takara also has some issues. And then there's certain white parts that are done like in a pearl kind of finish. Do these things pop out? Oh, they do. Look at that. I was just looking at those. I was thinking they should pop out. But anyway, they pop out. Didn't know that till just now. And you got the ladder. Nice ratchets. Look at that. The little pistons back here, fake pistons. Could have been some detail on the pistons. It's just a lot of red. And the horns here. So it's like they painted certain things. And again, this is going to be pretty much the same thing as the Takara. They did do the Autobot logo, and it is centered, which is nice. So the Takara one is pretty much the same complaints for that, which is just a lot of red, and it doesn't have a Masterpiece feel to it. Okay, let me start that over. What I mean by that is it feels like Masterpiece, like it's a, you know, you can tell this is a good toy, good plastics. But what I mean is just the way it looks, it's very toy-like, you know, which again could be a good thing if you're a G1 guy and you're looking for something like a modern version of a G1 toy. But look at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like most of the licensed things that they have look like the real car, and there's going to be just like slight things that look a little bit different. But this, you can obviously tell the arms are here, you know, the feet are here. So they took some liberties. You know, maybe like from here forward, it's pretty, I can't think of the word. I keep pausing for that word. Faithful to the Fuso, right? But other than that, it just looks very toyish, very weird. It's a little strange because, you know, you get used to Masterpiece figures a certain way that they're done, and when you see new releases, it kind of makes you think twice. But I know there's all different designers and all that stuff. But I've started noticing that pretty much since Trax. Was it Trax? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's what he is here. Again, a lot of plastic. I'm going to just scroll down here, see how he rolls. Well, it rolls, so no complaints about the way it rolls. You can also store his weapon, which is this right here. It just wedges right into that, because that's the only spot I could find where it fits. Whoops, not there. This right here, just like that. And the weapon also can be attached in vehicle mode. Just fold that back, and this goes right in there. Now, of course, let's push that back there. You do get the instructions. Getting so good with instructions too. Pretty much the only thing they're scanning is really the pictures. You can tell they're scanned. It almost looks brown, brownish orange. But the fonts and everything they're redoing brand new, so there's no pixelization on that. And it's good quality. I mean, it's pretty thick, like magazine cover type paper, just as the Masterpiece is. And then you got the scanned instructions and how to put everything together. And as far as the spec card here, it's typical. It's just a cardboard piece with gloss over it. Again, scanned from the original. Then a sticker sheet. You see a sticker sheet is crooked. But at least, yeah, it looks like these stickers are cut pretty neatly. So even though the stickers are on there crooked, the cutting machine did not cut them out crooked. Although they're not really like the same distance to edge from, you know, whatever. Sometimes you got to give up on what you're saying if you can't spit it out. So anyway, now the front, I did mention there was a cartoony looking piece. You can pop the front off. It's just friction fit there. Pop this on. Now having this on now gives the toy a whole different feel now, because now it looks cartoony. And it's not so bad now. I can't believe how much of a difference that made in the way I look at this. Just having the realistic front end just didn't make sense with the rest of the toy. But now it's like, okay, I can dig this. I can totally understand what's going on here. Now if we take a look at the ladder right up here, there's a little spot or a little flap you can bring up, and then there's a nozzle right in there that you can bring forward. You just got to feed it right through this hole right here in the front, like that. Bring this down, and you can attach the little water spray thing. There's this right here. Just get that right in there. Doesn't really plug in too well, but you get the idea. We're going to get into robot mode, guys, and check them out in robot mode. And here he is in robot mode. Again, I don't have the original to compare to, but if this is any indication, then it's awesome. We all know from my past reviews how good the KOs are compared to Takara, although it would be unfair for me to nitpick on this figure without knowing if that same nitpick is, the same kind of nitpick I would have with the Takara. That's what I'm trying to spit out here that I can't. So again, it's only going to be what I think of this figure. And so far, it's absolutely wonderful. Solid. I don't know why I passed this up, honestly. I keep mentioning in other videos I'm a G1 guy, and then there's a lot of G1 figures that I haven't planned on getting. I think it has more to do with my focusing on my collection, but I think I'm going to pick up the original. In robot mode, okay, so I did say the vehicle mode, I didn't get a masterpiece-ish vibe from it, but I definitely do in robot mode. But it's definitely one of the newer kind of masterpiece style, because the older ones I felt had a lot more detail as far as paneling, especially MP-10. You can see the line kind of taking, skewing towards like cartoony style, pretty much. We saw that with Shockwave. It even came with the stickers to make it look like the cartoon, and it was softer, which in some cases made it look cheaper. When there's less paneling going on, it just makes it feel like there was less time involved, but it's not that. It's just they're trying to make it look like the screen. Now in comparison to MP-10, you can see there's a lot of details, and these guys are in the same line, and honestly I think Optimus Prime may be due for an upgrade, even though MP-10 is an absolutely stunning figure. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about. See all this stuff going on? It's not very cartoony. It's more like what he would probably look like in real life, hopefully. But you guys know where I'm getting at. You guys are fans. And this too. This gave me that vibe. Well, I could definitely tell it was new designers and things like that. But anyway. Yeah, enough rambling about that. Here he is again. So right now I have the chrome front piece here. And the toy style head. I don't know what you guys want to call that, but you know, the more detailed kind of head there. We do have the nozzle coming out of here, which is easily replaceable, as you can see, with a fist. If you wanted to, you just rotate this around, rotate this back, and close it up. But I love the whole nozzle thing going on. But we'll leave them like this for a second and check out articulation. So we have the head inside of the neck thing with the wings, which I always thought was a strange thing. It's kind of weird to have that guy with wings on his head, but gives him character. And check out this interesting bit here. His head comes out. You can actually look down over his chest piece. I think that's pretty cool. It's the first time I've seen that in robots like these. I wish more people would really take the time to design better necks, but that's freaking awesome. Then we got the little articulated gun thingy up here, and these do flap in case he flaps them enough to go up, like the Red Bull commercial. And then ratchets here. Oh, I'm sorry, the neck. Let's go back to the neck. So that's the rest of the whole neck area. And again, ratchets here for the shoulders. No ratchets. Almost felt like ratchets, but that's just squeaking of the plastic. But the ratchets are that way. Elbows are friction. The elbows do have a nice amount of articulation. Then we do have the wrists, which have a good movement that way. That's more than anything from the swivel, but it does help with the articulation there. And then we got the hands, which are the typical Masterpiece hands. Alright, we got the single index finger with the 4 attached other fingers and the stationary thumb on this guy. Waist, we do have a waist, but it does get in the way here. You can kind of push forward a little to get that over, but then you'll just risk scratching up the painted red part there. And got the butt cheeks. Now the butt cheeks I kind of wish they made not so detailed, because I don't know, if you look at the front, very minimal detail. And when you look to the back, everything starts getting really mechanical with panel lines. That's kind of a strange design idea, but it works. It still looks good. It's got origami butt cheeks. I don't know. And that's the rest of the back of the figure there, but I was talking about articulation. Where am I going? Ratchets with the leg going that way. Thigh swivel. Ratcheted knees, which is awesome. And then you have the feet here. And the legs do go out, in case you're wondering. Want to make them do a split. And I think he's really well articulated. I think they show him even kneeling in a picture. Can you make this guy kneel? Yeah, so you can make this guy kneel just like that. Now, because he is so cartoony, you want to make him look maximum cartoony. So we want to remove this front piece. Again, this is friction fit. You can see how it holds on. These 2 tabs go right into those holes. Bring the cartoony one here. We kind of also want to, not we kind of also, we do want to change the helmet here. And to get the head off, you kind of just push on his face and slide the helmet forward and watch the face fall. The face is just friction fit on a peg. You can always put that back. As a matter of fact, since we're here, let me grab different faces so you guys can check them out. We got a very scared face, like and then we have this face here, like he just walked into people doing things in a room, and whoop. Then this face here, which looks like he joined the people in the room. Alright, and then we got the can you see that? The face, the regular face, alright? So for the sake of this, let's just put this happy face on. Let's put on a happy face here. Draw a little happy tree there. And let's get the helmet. The cartoony helmet. Get that on. Look at that. Looks like he just popped off the screen there. Whoo! Alright, so those little additions there just gave this figure a whole different vibe here. Like, completely different vibe. Like, I'm really liking this. This is the first time I did it. I didn't actually do this before the review. I just figured I'd show you guys while I did it. But it definitely gives a figure a different vibe. Can I say that again? Different vibe. Different vibe. Gives this figure a different vibe. Different vibe. And put the nozzle back. That's how I like to see him. But wait, there's more. I take this off. Now he's extra super cartoony. Speaking of super cartoony, check out this gun. Look at that. What is that? That's like, that looks like it's been drawn by a 3-year-old and then 3D printed. Alright. I don't mean 3D printed like the texture, I just mean like simplicity. Never mind. Anyway, so here's the gun. We're going to attach it to his hand. Please open your hand. Alright. Where does it go? Where's the peg it goes into, sir? Alright. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. Alright, it's a really secure fit. Ain't going nowhere. Why does it look all weird? Oh, because that popped off. Alright, then we'll spin the arm around. There you go. Look at that. Alright, so for one, he can store his weapon if he lets go of it, please. Somewhere back here. So you're going to see that little tab right there. There's also one on the side of the gun. And just wedge it right in there. It's cool. I was thinking, you know, maybe the KO wouldn't hold it. But it does, because sometimes those weird attachment things, like especially, what was it, the wheel jacks? The KO wheel jacks wouldn't hold their weapons correctly. I don't know. Anyway, it does hold it there. That's one little cool gimmick. Look how happy he is to do the review. Such a good little boy. There's also a little gimmick here on his arm, where you can put the little communicators in here. He's actually got 2. You can store the other one there. We're actually going to leave it for the outside here. Oh darn it, forgot to tell you guys about this articulation because it's pretty much seized here. Whoa, there we go. Alright, figured if I was going to break it, I'd break it on video, but it did not break. It's just seized on there, guys, probably because of the paint. That way, you can spin it, the arm this way and attach the communicator. It also pegs in. And look, he's even happy to talk to whoever he's talking to. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, baby. What you doing? What you wearing? You want me to come over and hose you down?
Alright, so we're going to pull something else out here that we need. It's in this bag. The reason it's in this bag is I'm moving around, guys, so this is how I transport my figures. I have the boxes already in storage, but there we go. So this is one of those figures, you know, from the past that did go very well with the MP-10 due to all those little design things, but as you can see, they're starting to like stray from the original concept of all the panel lining and everything. But anyway, he's here because there's a feature, a gimmick, and that wasn't me farting, that was a chair creaking. He's here because there's a gimmick, this gimmick here, where it allows Inferno here to carry Red Alert. By the way, this is a KO Red Alert, and this, by the way, here is also a KO Red Alert, which was provided to me by tfdirect.com. Alright, you can stop talking there, buddy. Gonna need you for the next part. Alright, so we're gonna pop this off. Now it's like glued on because of the heat lamps I have going on here. I'm sweating like crazy. And we're gonna attach this here, and we don't want him looking so happy when he's carrying I was gonna say red grill. Red grill, what the hell did I get that from? But we just want him with like a standard, you know, normal face. They don't have the face that they show here on the you know, the gimmick sheet, which is more like he's smiling, like he's a little joyful to be carrying Red Alert. So let's just put that on. Jeez. Well, guess what? That head's gone, or the face is gone. Can't find it. Not going to spend too much time looking for it yet. Wait till the end of the review. Alright, so we're going to use that. Alright, so the instruction booklet tells me to get his arms a certain way. So one arm is this way, and then this arm is this way. Sorry, with all the shadows there, guys. And alright, so see what we can do. Maybe his legs are a little bit straighter. Well, why is he like on an angle? Alright, so then we take Red Alert and we have to, I guess, fold his legs a certain way. I'm trying to put it here. It's like his leg goes over that, and then like his little lights go through that hole. I don't know what's supposed to be going on with this arm, but oh, that's not right. Oh! Alright, so this is as far as I got. Feels like he's going to fall over. Let's get his feet back here. What's up with this? Maybe I can bend his knees a little bit, give him a little more support. Now he pretty much wants to go forward, but that's it. I think that's pretty cool. You do have to do little adjustments to the legs just to keep him from tipping over. But that's like, you know, I would have never thought about that if I was designing Inferno. But very cool, very cool. I like it. Another cool little thing he comes with is this fire hose. That kind of feels cool. I don't know if it's rubber, vinyl, silicone. Yeah, it's definitely not rubber. I think it's a silicone hose. Yeah, so it comes with this hose, and it shows him pose a certain way. Let's get that done. Now, in the little instruction booklet, it does show him holding the thing here with the spout thingy that shoots the water, and then he's just holding it with the other hand, and then it, you know. But that's teamwork right there, by the way. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and I'm not supporting him with anything. Like, he's actually having that pose on its own. And while we're at it, might as well show you the other gimmicks. So, does this go in here, please? Alright, so that pegs in there. Gotta just give it a little force there. And it should peg into this bad boy here also, which it does. Boop. Apparently this hose is a crazy robot hose, so it opens up and it tries to eat his face. So that brings us to the end of this review. I just put him back into vehicle mode because I had to do some final editing. But I want to thank you guys for being part of the review. The only guy that really stands out here as far as manufacturers is this guy. He's an actual genuine Hasbro MP-10. Everybody on this side is a KO. Alright, so that's why they're having so much fun. And that's it. If you want to pick any of these up, head over to tfdirect.com. Thanks again to them for providing 75% of what's here in front of you. Yeah, so check them out, guys. They're really keeping this channel alive. And stay tuned for more. They got a couple more things coming out my way. And I'll try and get the reviews up quick now that I have finally a new spot to do my reviews. That's why I'm in a good mood. And that's it. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.